Line drive to right.
Takes a three.
Touchdown 49ers. Hurry!
Hey, I'm Bonnie Jill Laughlin. We're here with Cassius Marsh. Now, Cassius, thank you so much for joining us.
No problem, no problem.
So, Cassius, you're an LA kid. Now you're in the Bay Area. So, do you like being in the Bay Area, or what's been like the biggest change for you?
I love it. I think it's like a little bit. I kind of see San Francisco as like a mix between LA and Seattle. You know, weather-wise and kind of almost like city-wise. It's a little bit more chill than LA, the more laid back, but still has a bunch of fun things going on, and the weather's not as hot, but it's not as cold, so it's kind of a nice little in between for me.
And that was my next question. You went from Seattle to New England to San Francisco. What's been the biggest difference between each city?
Seattle was great. It was beautiful, so green, and you know, the fan base and all that stuff is awesome, but it's overcast like constantly, and you rarely see the sun. And so coming back to California and just being able to see that sunshine every day has been a huge difference for me, especially growing up in California. Like, that lack of sun really affected me those couple years I was out there. So that's probably the biggest difference for me.
Now, I think you have such an interesting off the field. Like, you have so many interests, from your magic cards to Taekwondo, your tattoos all have meanings. First off, talk about that magic collection. I don't know too much about it, but I know like there's a lot of people who really die hard about it, and it's like a really serious thing.
It is. It's a national. It's an international thing.
International.
Yeah, it's huge in a lot of different countries. I'm actually going to Prague in the off season for one of their Magic Fest. They used to call it a GP, but they have a professional pro tour. They have tournaments all over the country, all over the world, and it's the oldest trading card game, and you know, it's got some of the most expensive like cards, period. You know, some of the like one particular card you can, you know, get for between like $20,000, sometimes like $50,000.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, it's a huge. It's like literally paper money. But besides that, the game is amazing, and I've been playing since I was 11 years old. So I love it. It's something I'm very passionate about off the field, and I don't know, man. I really can't get enough of it.
So when you go to Prague, like, explain how that'll be. It'll be like a convention, and you're playing against each other, or like how will it work?
So what they do at these Magic Fests or GPs is it's a collection of people that have several different tournaments, and each day has like different events.
Okay.
Some are tournaments, some are like casual play. There's a bunch of tournaments for rewards. They do drafts. They do different entertainment.
Drafts. Okay.
Drafting is like yeah, you could think of it kind of like like an NFL draft, but it's like drafting cards though. And you have to pick one card. You open a pack and you have to pick up one card, and then somebody passes you the next pack.
So is it kind of luck a little bit?
It's a lot like the draft in ways. Like, you could come up on somebody who you really thought wasn't going to be there that
could be
late
like a sleeper
in the game.
pick?
Yeah, sleeper pick. Yeah, exactly. So it's really cool. I mean, there's so much that goes into the game of Magic. I could sit here and talk to you about it all day, but yeah, it's amazing. I really enjoy it.
Now, does anyone else of the 49ers get into it, or have you gotten anyone else into Magic, or are there other athletes? I mean, because I don't know too many except yourself that really are passionate about it.
There's not too many that are really super into it like me. Doug Baldwin played.
Okay.
We played some together. His brother-in-law plays as well, so they kind of play a little bit more casually. They love it, you know, but I mean, I'm like gung-ho. I'm more into it than majority of people, I'd say. But I've been trying to get Dakota into it. I tried to get Joe into it. He's not really. I think he's got kids, so he doesn't really have the time for all that.
So it takes like time consuming?
It is. It's time consuming. It's pretty expensive, like I said. But I mean, it's totally worth it. It's extremely interactive game, very complicated, like mental. It's a big time mental game. So for me, off the field, it helps me to kind of escape, you know, after a long day of work, just kind of like get into my little nerdy world.
Kind of decompress.
Yeah.
So is it kind of like when you say a mental game, like a chess game?
Very much so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very reactive, and I mean, you can misplay a lot. Like, people get really, like, I'm trying to teach one of my best friends, Nick, and he gets very frustrated because I always win, and I always win like easily, and he thinks like I'm cheating
Because you've been doing it for so long.
Yeah, but
right?
I never misplay. I always do the right thing, and you could do the wrong thing one time and it can help, it'll lose you the game.
But it sounds very strategic, and that could apply to football.
It is. I mean, I guess it definitely has helped me developmentally. I don't know how that's translated to football, but it's extremely challenging mentally.
Something that helps you with football, Taekwondo. Now, how long have you been doing that, and how did you first get involved?
So I started Taekwondo when I was, I think I was 7 or 8.
Okay.
I started going to this after-school center that my mom put me in. It's called American Martial Arts. It's still around. It's in Simi Valley, California, in my hometown.
I was going to say in Los Angeles. Okay.
Yeah, it's back in Simi Valley in my hometown. But I was just kind of a bad little kid, you know. I just was really physical, and you know, my mom she's a single mother, so she was working all the time, and I always had to be in a care center. And we came across this place, and I did every day after school. I would go there and do my homework, and then 3 days a week I would do Taekwondo. And I got more into it as time went on, but I ended up doing that for 7 years until I was 13, probably 6.5, 7 years. I stopped right before my black belt because, again, I was kind of a little troublemaker, and you know, if you get into fights with a black belt, then
it could be trouble.
You can get charged and stuff like that. So we were trying to be smart, knowing, you know, that I had a little bit of a temper, but it helped me control that temper a lot. It was huge for me, discipline-wise, and flexibility and athleticism definitely helped develop. Just doing all the kicks and hips and stuff like that, it's a great thing.
So do you keep up with it and practice it weekly, or is it something you have just continued to, like, you know, since you were young, been able to do?
I haven't done Taekwondo since I was 13.
So wow, and you've been able to keep that up though,
yeah,
like the flexibility and the kicks and.
Yeah, I mean, I did it for 7 years, so it's kind of like riding a bike for me. I can still do, you know, all the kicks and stuff like that, but I've talked about getting back into it and trying to incorporate it into my workouts again, but you know, I have to be able to go to my dojo. I have to go, you know, I've got my master in Simi Valley, and you know, I kind of don't want to really go anywhere else, but I'd really like to get back into it. It's a great thing.
Will you eventually go back so you can get your black belt?
Yeah, definitely. I think I'll get back into it. I'll try to, you know, get back into it a little bit this off season, but when I'm done playing the game, I think it'll be something I'll enjoy going and, you know, getting a workout in.
Now you become a fan favorite doing the Roundhouse Kick, and was that something that it just came naturally, or did you plan? Because you know, so much is like strategically planned out. These guys are planning out what they're going to do, and they're in the end zone. Is that something that you kind of came up with, or it just organically happened?
So I kind of had thought about it one practice, and I practiced and I did it. I was like, I haven't done this in a long time. I wonder if I could do it, and I did it. You know, on a practice, like I don't think anybody was really watching either, and just kind of hit it, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. You know, I'll keep that in my back pocket. And then, you know, I had this other celebration that I really wanted to do.
Which was?
It was just kind of like this little dance thing. It's like a thing from Outkast. They did this one dance back in the day. I was gonna do it with the whole D-line, but for some reason, I really don't know why. When I had my first sack of the season, that I went straight to it, and you know, everybody, like what everybody said, you know, all the replies and all the, you know, the hoopla, I guess you would say. Yeah, it was a lot of love for it, and a lot of people, you know, praised me for it, and you know, said they loved it and they want to see it again, and you know, I thought it was dope too. So you know, I kind of kept with it, and now it's stuck and kind of become my thing.
But it's across the league. I mean, if you see, like, you know, the NFL Network will talk about it. I mean, everyone's talking about this Roundhouse Kick and how good you are at it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I like it. I don't know.
And what do your teammates think, or what does Shanahan? Does anyone say anything about it?
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of compliments. All my teammates love it. I mean, you know, they always tell me they think it's the best celebration in the league, and you know, I appreciate it. You know, there's a lot of dope celebrations out there.
Can you teach any of the guys to do it? Can anyone do it?
I was actually teaching Defo today. He's super. I mean, the guy is such an athlete. It's ridiculous. But yeah, he can. I mean, it's not as clean, obviously, because he hasn't done Taekwondo for 7 years. But he pulled it off. He's a hell of an athlete.
Now, also, you've got a lot of tattoos. I'm going to assume that a lot of them have a lot of meaning to you.
Absolutely.
And can you know, you have so many, but a couple that are the most meaningful to you?
Well, I have a little magic tattoo right here. The most meaningful to me.
Now, what are those cats on your, what are those?
So this is a lion,
lions.
a bear, a wolf, and a tiger. And
Okay.
these kind of just represent, they represent obviously the animal, but virtues that I really respect and admire and try and,
Can we see those again? Those are great.
You can see those are kind of covered by my
I
hair
love they're
right
so
now.
detailed.
Yeah.
Those
They
are
were
great.
like 45 minutes to an hour each. It was pretty painful.
Is that the most painful? Is right there?
I don't know. I mean, by the nipple really hurts. Parts of the back really hurts. Inside the arm. I mean, there's all kinds of little spots that hurt.
How many do you have total?
I
you ever
can't
counted?
really count anymore because my entire chest is covered. My trap and chest is entire covered, and both my arms are sleeved. My back I've got a huge back piece, and over the top of my shoulders is pretty much covered. So I mean, it's really almost like one big tattoo at this point.
So a couple more questions off the field. What is your favorite music or anything that you listen to get pumped up before a game, or maybe a ritual when you're driving? Do you listen to certain music heading to the game?
Before the game, I like to listen to like old school R&B.
Okay.
Or Ty Dolla $ign and like YG. Those are two of my go-tos. Like Cali type,
Right.
LA music. Those are definitely my go-tos. But before the game, I'll try and listen to R&B because it kind of gets me in a very soulful mood, and it doesn't get me too like amped up because I don't like to get really amped up until probably
Game
right
time.
before the game. Yeah, like right before the game, after the warm up and stuff. I don't like to waste too much energy. But
Yeah, I've seen you on the field warm up, and it looks like you're listening to something that's a little like kind of settling. You're not, bobbing head or dancing or anything yet.
never something too much. I leave that for. We play all the music in the locker room that everybody kind of shares together, and I use that music to kind of get my energy up a little bit.
So besides Prague, what else will you be doing? Anything special you'll be doing in the off season? You and your girl go anywhere, or taking your mom anywhere? Anything special besides Prague?
Me and my girl we're gonna make a trip. She's actually pregnant.
Congratulations!
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, she is pregnant, and we are due.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's extremely. So that's what I'll be doing this off season. My first son is due in March, the end of March. So
March baby. I'm a March baby.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
there you
good time.
go. Okay, very good.
So
very
3 months, right? About 3 or 4 months?
good. Yeah, probably about 3
Wow.
2.5 months.
So
yeah.
maybe more of a mellow off season, huh?
It's after Europe. I mean, I had to take her on the baby. What do they call it? The baby moon or something. Somebody told me about this.
Wait,
I've
what's
never heard of it before. But
Baby moon, okay.
it's
What
like
is that?
a honeymoon, but like for
before
having a baby.
Okay.
We'll go somewhere. She can't go too far because
Because I think you're supposed to get a push present too, right? So she's.
Oh, she'll get one of
Yeah,
those.
you got
yeah,
so you better make sure you give her a good one.
Yeah, no, I take care of her. She's amazing.
So okay, so then that's it. So Prague, and then getting ready for your little one.
Yeah, that, and then just getting ready, getting trained for.
Do you know
next
what
season.
sex it is yet? Or
Yeah,
you
it's
guys...
a little boy.
Oh,
yeah,
it is
my
a little
first son.
boy.
Yeah,
That's you wanted a son, right?
Of course. I mean, I wouldn't.
The guy always wants a little boy, and the mom always wants a little girl.
Yeah, well, my girl wanted a boy, but now she's on the girl tip, because she realizes that it's gonna be just a bunch of men around her all the time. Because in my family,
Well, you could have more.
yeah, exactly. Well, in my family, we haven't had a girl, and from my dad's, we haven't had like a male in my family hasn't had a girl in like 3 generations. So it's not very likely.
Yeah, that's right. So that'd be a while, huh?
Yeah.
But that's exciting. Well, congratulations, and thanks so much for sitting down with us.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.